she's saying, "Where's my iPhone?" And I just saw him when he left earlier today. I saw him on the fucking video camera. I have an iPhone. He pulled it out of his fucking pocket, did something before he put the note down saying what he was doing. She's gonna kick his ass. Get him, Lila! Lila, I have proof if you need it. I got proof if you need it.
What?
I got proof if you need it. I have video of him with the phone.
I know he took it. He's getting it right now.
Yeah.
That's not my phone. I have to give it back to Anna. She asked me about it today.
Whose is it?
Anna's.
Anna.
Charney.
Anna Charney's phone. Okay, so Anna Charney's phone was on my network. Okay. Why do you have to give it back to her?
Because she let me use it for free.
When
When Ben took my phone the first time.
Oh, okay. Well, before you give it to her, can you just record the device data, or let me capture it real quick?
That's fine. I have to get the screen fixed first anyway.
What does it need?
A new screen.
Is it an 8?
Yeah, plus.
8 plus?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have an 8 plus screen.
Oh, you do?
But I have a broken 8 plus.
Oh, well then I'll buy a new screen.
If you buy a new screen, well, why don't you buy? If you buy a new one, as soon as you buy it, I'll put this one on that one for you.
Okay, that's fine. I'll buy it as soon as I can.
Do you need to hurry up and get that back to her?
No.
You don't?
No. She has a phone. It's no rush. She just said before like the end of the school year. So
Right. What size is the hard drive on that one?
I think 64.
Okay, I have one that's 200 and it's 256.
I was so mad. I noticed it was gone, and Jake had told me Ben tried to trade him an iPhone 8 Plus tonight, and I looked and it's gone. And I go downstairs, I woke him up, I said, "Where is it?" "Oh no. So I started punching him in the gut. Not hard or anything, but I said, he's like, "Ow," and I was like, "Yeah, where is it?" And I was like, "Oh no." I said, "Stop lying to me," and I hit it again, and he started digging for it, so. I don't know what he planned to me.
Will you talk to
I'm just
Jake?
gonna bring it down and give it to you right now.
Will you talk to Jake? Okay, will you talk to Jake and just ask him if what all Ben sold to him? That's it. I'm not gonna come to him and that way nothing does happen.
I will.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because if something ends up being stolen, right? And
Let me go get that
the police get involved, it doesn't matter what I say or what anybody says. They will charge somebody with receiving stolen property.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's a commonwealth. They like to do that. They like to just charge people, even if there's no victim, and if somebody doesn't want charges pressed against somebody, they say, "Too bad, we're doing it anyway." See, dad mode has been activated. Oh, I'm always in dad mode. Yeah. I let them make mistakes. I think it's good. It's healthy for them to make the mistakes because I tell them stuff, but it don't fucking matter. It goes in one ear, right out the other. I lecture them about certain subjects till I'm blue in the fucking face, and then I'm just blown away when they fucking literally do exactly what I just preached to them over and over again about fucking hours on end. Then they just do it anyway. I'm like, who was I talking to for those hours and hours and hours lecturing you? You know what I mean? Like, what are they thinking about whenever I'm doing that? Probably thinking, man, will this fucking dude shut the fuck up? I want to get on my Snapchat. I gotta do my fucking my streaks, man, on my Snapchat. Hi, Mocha. This is Mocha came down to join me. Hey, Mocha, say hi. Come here, Mocha. There we go. Okay. Hey, Mocha.
He doesn't have it.
What did he sell it?
He let Ricky borrow it. That's
No,
what he
bullshit. He let Ricky borrow it. Ricky, of all people.
After
He's
he
not
just-
allowed to.
After he just lied to me and told me I don't know for another 10 minutes.
Chances are, okay, whatever he told you is a lie. Chances are. There's Mocha. Hold on. Look how pretty she is. You take it nice, okay? Sip, Sabri. Take it nice. Ready? Here you go. Good girl. That one's a little stale. It's been in there for quite a while. So, just let him know that you're calling the cops.
Me?
It was stolen from you.
Yeah.
Okay? And if he doesn't tell you where it's at right now,
He told me that Ricky has it.
if he doesn't tell you the truth right now, because how did he get a hold of Ricky? I need more information. And what did he get for it?
I need to go to bed. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell him to get his ass down here right now.
Okay. Will you pound him about it? Because I need to go to bed. And I need that phone back because I literally told her today. She asked me about it and I told her today. I said, yeah, give me a little bit. I'll get
She asked you today when?
Well, today because in
When?
gym class because I was using the new phone.
So she asked you.
Because she looked and saw that I was using a different phone. She was like, "Oh, do you still have that phone?"
Okay.
I was like, "Yeah. I just wanted to get the screen fixed before I gave it back to you." And she was like, "Oh, okay, no problem." And I was like, "Yeah, just give me a little time. I'll get it fixed." And
I was just asking
she's
because
real nice about
it would have been kind of suspect if she would have asked
No.
after Ben left with that phone. Then she would have that would have been
No,
like.
it was while I was
You know what I
using.
mean?
No, it was while I was using the new phone, and she was like, "Oh, did you get a new one?" You know, it was obvious. So
It's hers. I mean,
Yeah.
oh,
and she
thank
has
you
a right
very
to it.
much.
I even offered her. I was like, "If you want, I can just give you some money for it. How whatever works for you." And she was like, "No, I'd rather have the phone back." And I was like, "Okay, I get it. You know."
Well, what does she want for?
She wants to use the phone. I mean, I understand. She wants to use it in her car for have all her music on it and everything.
Yeah,
Doesn't use a storage on her real phone.
Yeah, I understand.
And yeah, I get it to
Well,
her
ask her if
phone.
she'd rather have a
She
rather
paid
have.
for it herself,
Ask her if
so-
she'd rather have one with a bigger hard drive. No, I'm just curious if she would say what she would
Well, is it white?
say. No.
Oh.
So you're fucking racist too. Arch girl's sitting here. She's
No, it
she's
doesn't-
racist about my shirt. She's saying my shirt's black.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying if it was white, I'd just give it to her. I just say, that's that.
Let's
But
see.
I'll send Ben down
Arch
here.
girl
He's
agrees.
asleep, so I don't know if he'll come down.
He's pretending. Well, I mean, you woke him up, but he's awake.
Do you want me to make sure he comes down here?
He might have told you Ricky has it so he can keep using it. Or,
He doesn't care about anybody but himself.
I know. but
And I can't stand.
he's going to care about other people, you know. He does care about other people. I read his messages today. I got nosy. I finally broke down and fucking just said, fuck it. And I read
I'm
a
not
bunch
even
of his
for that,
messages.
but at this point,
But he has
You don't
a
know
good
the
heart.
trust in the kid.
He
I believe
he goes to
that.
bat for what's his girlfriend's name?
Kaylin.
Kaylin? Oh yeah, the shit that he was like looking out for her. He's very protective and very, you know.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's a bad person.
Like,
I'm
I know,
not.
but-
I'm not at all. I really don't think Ben's a bad person.
I know, he's
Ben
just
has
doing
been a sweetheart since he was little.
But he's
he's-
fucking over the wrong people.
Yeah.
The people that
Have
care
been
about him
there for it,
most.
yeah.
Grandma and
are
me.
only looking out for him.
And then grandma and me. He lies to us and then calls her mom and talks to her every day. You know, I love you. I'll try to call you next time. Oh, it didn't work out. I'll try to call you again. Oh, it didn't work out. I'll try to call you again. Didn't work out.
Because I'm lucky
Over
if I
and
get a
over
text
again.
every couple weeks. So that's real nice.
Mm.
That's real nice.
He just talked to her with that phone. Today.
That's real nice.
Today.
No offense, but like that. I mean, like
No, it was
she
yesterday.
can call him and text him every day and get on her phone to text him and call him, but I can't even get a text. Like.
It's not right. I don't want to talk shit. I was just
No,
talking about this,
I
about
know-
not
I
talking
know
shit
you-
on her.
I know you don't, and neither do I. But it's like what,
I don't know how to reach out to her. Maybe she's watching this live stream.
but
And
I'm
maybe
done,
she'll understand.
But that's what I'm done reaching out to her. Is what I'm saying. Like,
It's
I'm
not your
done-
job to.
Exactly. I'm too busy and too stressed and have too many other things to worry about than her and her feelings.
I just
I try to
fear.
think about her, but
I fear that she's gonna regret this time missed because
I
you're
do
gonna be
too.
18 here in a couple weeks.
I know.
She's gonna miss your, you know,
She asked me for
Like you'll be an
the
adult.
address.
huh?
She asked me for the address to send you my birthday present.
She don't know the fucking address. Come on. You pull up Google Maps, whatever. She knows where, you know.
Yeah. But
She don't need to send her. Did you send her the address?
yeah.
She said just look it up, huh?
You know what I told her though? I sent her the address and I said, are you sure you and Cass will be okay in the box for a couple days? So.
Yeah.
Just let her know.
Well,
That's the only thing I want for my birthday is for them to come up here. That's all I would want. I don't want anything.
I would
all
like-
I would want is for her to come up here. And
I'd
have
like
dinner
to
with
say
me or something.
confidently that it's a possibility, but she won't even let me text her and listen to my text. She tells me to shut up instead of just letting me go
That is
and reading
incredibly
it.
immature and selfish.
She says, "Shut up, stop now." No, it's more than that. There's obviously a reason why it's like she's gonna get in trouble if she talks to me.
I gotta go to bed. It's already after 11.
So,
Sorry.
and it wouldn't be
Do you
Dan.
want me to tell Ben to come down
Yes,
here?
yes.
Okay.
It wouldn't be Dan. I'm just talking to myself now
No,
for
you're
the
fine.
stream.
Good night. I love you.
I love you too, honey. It wouldn't be her fiance that would be, she'd be in fear of, because she could just hide it from her fiance. She had no problem lying to me for years. She could just hide it from him, and you know what he doesn't know won't hurt him. Did she talk to her ex-husband, who's her kid's father, about the kids? So it wouldn't be Dan that she's not afraid of Dan. I really don't think so. He's not a very intimidating person. He's fucking bald. And, hey Mocha, come here. Come here. He's bald, and he has, the hair that he does have is fucking gray. Old man gray. He's got a big fucking, big homeless dude looking fucking gray beard. And he likes making, bracelets and stuff with my daughter. When my daughter was going there, she was all about Dan because he made Travis Schilling pulled me over on my way to work. What a nice guy, right? And he gave me this long lecture rant that, well, you know, it's just not fair. It's not fair that I have to have a license to drive. That person over there has to have a license to drive. It's not fair if I let you drive around without a license. It's just not fair. Really? I can think of a lot of things to say about that. It's not fair that that nobody cares if somebody furnishes alcohol to my minor. It's not fair. Nobody cares if the neighbors attack and cause physical harm to my daughter and myself enough times that I eventually had to call the fucking police. And it didn't matter. I actually did it kind of for two reasons. One, because it was the neighbors all convinced me to do it, because if you have the power to do something, you have an obligation to do something, and they convinced me that if something else happens to somebody, to a kid, after this, then I would feel guilty. Like I had the power to do something and I didn't, and somebody got hurt. So I thought, you know what, they're right. They're right. But I didn't call them that day, the day of the attack, when the dogs attacked me. It was the very next day. I took my son to school, or my daughter. Yeah, I think it was my daughter. And she was driving. She was a new driver, right? And on the way down to school, we passed Travis Schilling in the car on the way down. And she had her permit, you know, but we passed him, and then right when we get to Main Street, there's hardly any traffic because it's after the morning rush, and so everything's slowed down. It's like 9:30, and right when we're coming up to the light at Main Street, there's one car sitting there in front of Warfield's Market, which is the store where my daughter works. There's one car sitting there, right, and that's it. And the light's green, and Delilah, my daughter's driving. She's a new driver, right? Has her permit. And what do you do when you're driving down the road and somebody swings their fucking driver's side door out at you? You know, right then at that moment. It's, you know, it'll freak anybody out, and you react. Well, what about somebody who's fucking brand new driver doing it? So there's a person in town named Randy Baker. He was a prison guard at Cambria County Prison. Matter of fact, I got the privilege of staying just right there with Randy Baker when I was in jail for 2 months back in 2013, because he was the bid officer for the quarantine block, which is the housing unit when you first go into jail. You have to go get your TB shot, your tuberculosis, and it has to clear. So you have to be there for 3 days, something like that, before they're allowed to put you in population and move you to a regular block. So it's worse than the hole, because you're in there, you don't get to go outside, you don't get anything, you're stuck in a locked cell all day. You might get to come out once you get cleared of your TB shot in your arm, Then they give you a new set of clothes, right? Instead of the weird, ugly green and white stripes, they give you Big Bird fucking yellow, right? So nasty Big Bird yellow. So once you have the Big Bird yellow, then a couple times a day you're allowed to come out of the cell and walk around the day room there and watch car channels, because Randy Baker just loved watching car channels. So that's what he would put on the TV. He wouldn't let us really watch what we wanted if he was on duty, which was second shift, normal second shift. He was the bid officer. He was the main prison guard for that housing unit, for quarantine. So he was in charge of that block. And they had the workers on quarantine, right? They were people that, for one reason or another, they weren't in solitary confinement, like in the hole, because that was the other side of DHU. They called it DHU, Housing Unit D, and there was DHU East and DHU West. So DHU West was quarantine. DHU East was the hole, solitary confinement. Same thing. They're separated by the bubble, the central bubble where the guards sit in the bubble and they see everything. So you're literally right there at the bubble when you're in the hole or you're in quarantine. So at the time, I had never been to jail. I go there for driving under suspension. And after doing 6 months, I hear my daughter bitching at my son. She's saying, "Where's my iPhone?" And I just saw him when he left earlier today. I saw him on the fucking video camera have an iPhone. He pulled it out of his fucking pocket, did something before he put the note down saying what he was doing. She's gonna kick his ass. Get him, Lila! Lila, I have proof if you need it. I got proof if you need it.
What?
I got proof if you need it. I have video of him with the phone.
I know he took it. He's getting it right now.
Yeah.
That's not my phone. I have to give it back to Anna. She asked me about it today.
Whose is it?
Anna's.
Anna Charney's phone. Okay, so Anna Charney's phone was on my network. Okay. Why do you have to give it back to her?
Because she let me use it for free.
When
When Ben took my phone the first time.
Oh, okay. Well, before you give it to her, can you just record the device data, or let me capture it real quick?
That's fine. I have to get the screen fixed first anyway.
What does it need?
A new screen.
Is it an 8?
Yeah, plus.
8 plus?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have an 8 plus screen.
Oh, you do?
But I have a broken 8 plus.
Oh, well then I'll buy a new screen.
If you buy a new screen, well, why don't you buy? If you buy a new one, as soon as you buy it, I'll put this one on that one for you.
Okay, that's fine. I'll buy it as soon as I can.
Do you need to hurry up and get that back to her?
No.
You don't?
No. She has a phone. It's no rush. She just said before the end of the school year. So
Right. What size is the hard drive on that one?
I think 64.
Okay, I have one that's
But then
200 and it's 256.
I was so mad. I noticed it was gone, and Jake had told me Ben tried to trade him an iPhone 8 Plus tonight, and I looked and it's gone. And I go downstairs, I woke him up, I said, "Where is it?" "Oh no. So I started punching him in the gut. Not hard or anything, but I said, he's like, "Ow," and I was like, "Yeah, where is it?" And I was like, "Oh no." I said, "Stop lying to me," and I hit him again, and he started digging for it, so. I don't want to keep lying to me.
Will you talk to
I'm just
Jake?
going to bring it down and give it to you right now.
Will you talk to Jake? Okay, will you talk to Jake and just ask him if what all Ben sold to him? That's it. I'm not gonna come to him, and that way nothing does happen.
I will.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because if something ends up being stolen, right? And
Let me go get that
the police get involved, it doesn't matter what I say or what anybody says. They will charge somebody with receiving stolen property.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's a commonwealth. They like to do that. They like to just charge people, even if there's no victim, and if somebody doesn't want charges pressed against somebody, they say, "Too bad, we're doing it anyway." See, dad mode has been activated. Oh, I'm always in dad mode. Yeah. I let them make mistakes. I think it's good. It's healthy for them to make the mistakes, because I tell them stuff, but it don't fucking matter. It goes in one ear, right out the other. I lecture them about certain subjects till I'm blue in the fucking face, and then I'm just blown away when they fucking literally do exactly what I just preached to them over and over again about fucking hours on end. Then they just do it anyway. I'm like, who was I talking to for those hours and hours and hours lecturing you? You know what I mean? Like, what are they thinking about whenever I'm doing that? Probably thinking, man, will this fucking dude shut the fuck up? I want to get on my Snapchat. I gotta do my fucking, my streaks, man, on my Snapchat. Hi, Mocha. This is Mocha came down to join me. Hey, Mocha, say hi. Come here, Mocha. There we go. Okay. Hey, Mocha.
He doesn't have it.
What did he sell it?
He let Ricky borrow it. That's what
No,
he just
bullshit.
told me.
He let Ricky borrow it. Ricky, of all people.
After
He's
he
not
just-
allowed to.
After
Ricky.
he just lied to me and told me I don't know for another 10 minutes.
Chances are, okay, whatever he told you is a lie. Chances are. There's Mocha. Hold on. Look how pretty she is. Ooh. You take it nice, okay? Nah, sip pretty. Take it nice. Ready? There you go. Good girl. That was a little stale. It's been in there for quite a while. So, just let him know that you're calling the cops.
Me?
It was stolen from you,
Yeah.
okay? And if he doesn't tell you where it's at right now,
He told me that Ricky has it.
if he doesn't tell you the truth right now, because how did he get a hold of Ricky? I need more information.
I
And what
need
did he
to-
get? What did he get for it?
I
Like,
need to go to bed. Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
tell him to get his ass down here right now.
Okay. Will you pound him about it? Because I need to go to bed. And I need that phone back because I
Yeah.
literally told her today. She asked me about it and I told her today. I said, yeah, give me a little bit. I'll get
She
the
asked you
screen-"
today when.
Well, today because in
When?
gym class because I was
Okay.
using the new phone.
So she asked you.
Because she like looked and saw that I was using a different phone. She was like, "Oh, do you still have that phone?"
Okay.
I was like, yeah. I just wanted to get the screen fixed before I gave it back to you. And she was like, "Oh, okay, no problem." And I was like, "Yeah, just give me a little time. I'll get it fixed." And
I was just asking
she's real
because
nice about
it would have been kind of suspect if she would have asked
No.
after Ben left with that phone. Then she would have. That would have been
No,
like.
it was while I was
You know what I
using.
mean?
No, it was while I was using the new phone, and she was like, "Oh, did you get a new one?" You know, it was obvious. So it
It's
was-
hers. I mean,
Yeah,
oh,
and she
thank
has
you
a right
very
to it.
much.
I even offered her. I was like, "If you want, I can just give you some money for it. How whatever works for you." And she was like, "No, I'd rather have the phone back." And I was like, "Okay, I get it.
Well, what does she want for?
She wants to use the phone. I mean, I understand. She wants to use it in her car for like have holler music on it and everything.
Yeah,
Use a storage on her real phone.
Yeah, I understand.
And yeah, I get it to
Well,
her
ask her if
phone.
she'd rather have a.
She
rather
paid
have.
for it herself.
Ask her if
so-
she'd rather have one with a bigger hard drive. Just see, no, I'm just curious if she would say what she would say.
Well, is it white?
No.
Oh.
So you're a fucking racist too. Arch girl's sitting here. She's
No, it
she's
doesn't-
racist about my shirt. She's saying my shirt's black.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying if it was white, I'd just give it to her. I just say, that's that.
Let's
But
see.
I'll send Ben down
Arch
here.
girl
He's half
agrees.
asleep, so I don't know if he'll come down.
He's pretending. Well, I mean, you woke him up, but he's awake.
Do you want me to make sure he comes down here?
He might have told you Ricky has it so he can keep using it. Or,
He doesn't care about anybody but himself.
I know.
And
but
I can't stand.
he's gonna care about other people, He does care about other people. I read his messages today. I got nosy. I finally broke down and fucking just said fuck it. And I read
I'm
a
not
bunch
even
of his
for that,
messages.
but at this point,
But
You don't
he has a
know
good
the trust
heart.
in the kid.
He
I believe
goes to
that.
bat for what's his girlfriend's name?
Kaylin.
Kaylin?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the shit that he was like looking out for her. He's very protective and very,
Yeah, I'm not saying he's a bad person.
Like,
I'm
I know,
not.
but-
I'm not at all. I really don't think Ben's a bad person.
I know, he's
Ben
just
has
doing
been a
t-
sweetheart since he was little.
but he's
But
fucking over the wrong people.
Yeah.
The people that
Have
care
been
about him
there for-
most.
yeah,
Grandma and
are
me.
only looking out for him.
And then grandma and me. He lies to us and then calls your mom and talks to her every day. I love you. I'll try to call you next time. Oh, it didn't work out. I'll try to call you again. Oh, it didn't work
That's
out. I'll
funny
try to call you
because-
again.
that's
Didn't work
funny
out.
Because I'm lucky
Over
if I
and
get a
over
text
again.
every couple weeks. So that's real nice.
Mm.
That's real nice.
He just talked to her with that phone. Today.
That was real nice.
Today.
No offense, but like that. I mean, like.
No, it was
She
yesterday.
can call him and text him every day and get on her phone to text him and call him, but I can't even get a text. Like.
It's not right. I don't want to talk shit. I was just
No,
talking about this, about
I know-
not talking
I know
shit
you-
on her.
I know you don't, and neither do I. But it's like. What,
I don't know how to reach out to her. Maybe she's watching this live stream.
but
And
I'm
maybe
done,
she'll understand.
But that's what I'm done reaching out to her. Is what I'm saying. Like,
It's
I'm
not your
done-
job to.
Exactly. I'm too busy and too stressed and have too many other things to worry about than her and her feelings.
I just
I try to think
fear.
about her, but
I fear that she's gonna regret this time missed because
I
you're
do
gonna be
too.
18 here in a couple weeks.
I know.
She's gonna miss your,
She asked me for
Like, you'll be an
the
adult.
address.
huh?
She asked me for the address to send you my birthday present.
She don't know the fucking address. Come on. You pull up Google Maps. Whatever. She knows where,
Yeah. But,
You don't need to send her. Did you send her the address?
yeah.
She said just look it up, Mom.
You know what I told her though? I sent her the address and I said, are you sure you and Cass will be okay in the box for a couple days? So,
Yeah.
just let her know.
Well,
That's the only thing I want for my birthday is for them to come up here. That's all I would want. I don't want anything.
I would
all
like-
I would want is for her to come up here. And
I'd
have
like
dinner
to
with
say
me or something.
confidently that it's a possibility, but she won't even let me text her and listen to my text. She tells me to shut up instead of just letting me go
That is
and reading
incredibly
it.
immature and selfish.
She says, "Shut up, stop now." No, it's more than that. There's obviously a reason why it's like she's gonna get in trouble if she talks to me.
I gotta go to bed. It's already after lunch. I'm
So,
sorry.
and it wouldn't be
Do you
Dan.
want me to tell Ben to come down
Yes,
here?
yes. It wouldn't be Dan. I'm just talking to myself now
No, you're
for the
fine.
stream.
Good night. I love you.
I love you too, honey. It wouldn't be her fiance that would be, she'd be in fear of because she could just hide it from her fiance. She had no problem lying to me for years. She could just hide it from him, and what he doesn't know won't hurt him. Did she talk to her ex-husband, who's her kid's father, about the kids? So it wouldn't be Dan that she's not afraid of Dan. I really don't think so. He's not a very intimidating person. He's fucking bald. And, hey Mocha, come here. Come here. He's bald, and he has, the hair that he does have is fucking gray. Old man gray. He's got a big fucking, big homeless dude looking fucking gray beard. And he likes making, bracelets and stuff with my daughter. When my daughter was going there, she was all about Dan because he made bracelets with her and stuff, and they, did creepy stuff. Creepy shit. And what was even more creepy was the fact that he was an asshole to my son. And he was super, super extra nice to my daughter, who at the time was, 14, 15. Before she turned 16, she was uncomfortable going there and wouldn't go there anymore. So I put it on me, and I made up excuses to their mother, because she would take it out on the kids if they didn't want to come there. If they told her that they didn't want to come there, they felt uncomfortable, she would make them feel this big, and she would she would persecute them for telling her how they felt. That's fucking wrong. In every way, shape, or form, it's so wrong. You don't punish somebody.
Ben is literally telling me no to coming down here.
Ben, get down here now! Don't make me come up here and drag your ass down here. 'Cause I will, and I'll make it public. We'll make a live stream out of it, buddy. Get down here now, Ben. This is better than Dr. Phil, isn't it? Let's see. I know you're not racist, Arch Girl. I was just fucking with you. And you're not a honeypot. But I do like your eyes. These eyes, do-do-do-do-do. Cry every night for you. These arms, do-do-do-do-do. Long to hold you again. I don't know the rest of the words. I will never be free now, mommy. You make a promise to me, babe. You broke it. You broke it. These eyes, do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Cry every night for you. Do-do-do-do-do. That's the only words I know to the song, so. You want to fight? Here. Stick your head up here and fight for air. Or join the army. If you want to fight. So, see, this is what I deal with my son. He never used to be like this. It's like he was replaced. It's almost like he was replaced. He was a good kid. He didn't lie. He had a big heart. You know what I mean? He didn't bother him that people would like talk shit on him or pick on him at school. It didn't bother him. He was like me. Just doesn't fucking bother me. I'm like, just doesn't affect me. I don't care what people think. Say what you want. So if you're not saying it to me, I don't give a fuck. You know, say it to each other, whatever. You're just giving me your energy. You know, thank you. They don't realize that. Come here, Ben.
Good night, Dad.
Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Wrong, bitch. I mean, did you try to get caught? I mean, you were right on the camera with this phone in your pocket, or before you left your little note. I wouldn't have even seen had I not seen the video. So when did you still allow his phone?
Like a day ago.
Like, that's what you were active on Messenger when I asked you, what device are you on? And you lied to me. You told me Grandma's phone. Because I just got on Grandma's phone. I have a screenshot I could show you of Grandma's phone where it says the last time you logged in on her phone was 2 months ago. Yeah. Why? Why? I don't understand. I still don't understand. This is a big question. Why do you lie when you don't have to? I don't know what you were hoping to accomplish by lying there. Like, if it's for a reason, I can understand the reason and still punish you, but for lying. But that's what blows my mind is the why. I can't understand why you're lying about certain things when it's not necessary. So, I mean, just like make it make sense. That's all. I just wonder why you lied about it, because you'd have to give it back.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now you lied, so you have to give it back, and now you're punished further because of it. And you pulled your little stunt and you left your little note and left. And I thank you for at least leaving the note, but you didn't really. You left it somewhere in the rain where I wasn't. The only reason I saw it is because I saw it on camera. Get it? When you want something and you're not allowed, you're told you're not allowed, you think you just do it anyway. That's not the case, Ben. I said, rather than just fucking take off and disappear and not tell anybody where you're at and have us worry and worry and worry, right? Until we're fucking have a heart attack. You just yell and say, I gotta get out of here, I'm leaving, and going for a walk. At least then we know, okay, he's mad, he needs to cool off, whatever, you go. At least we know you're okay, we know where you're at, whatever, you know? That's the main thing, and I've told you this 100 times. So, it's not okay to just say, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna do what I want anyway, because I said you could do that. I said I would rather you do that than just disappear and not come home because you're worried you get in trouble. It's not a trouble issue. It's a stress issue. Grandma doesn't need that stress. I don't need this fucking stress. It used to not even cause me stress. Because I knew you were safe, because if you weren't with some people, you'd be bored and you'd come home. But now, with everything that's going on, and with everything that's going on, I'm looking like an idiot trying to back you up, you know, when you're lying to me about shit, okay? And I'm going to look like a fucking huge fucking retard whenever I claim that it's all a big lie and everybody's just out to get you, right? If it's just fucking true. Do you know what I mean? Now, I get it that there's some truth to it, and that's why I ask the questions that I ask. I did say to a couple people, I think it's just a big fucking lie. I did say that. But I don't know, you know. I ask questions I can't get answers to, and I still to this day can't get answers, and I keep getting more questions without answers. So it's just adding to my theory that it's a big fucking lie. But they used that lie because they knew that they could take some truth to add with it and make it very, very believable. Right? That's what they do. I mean, that's what they've done historically for fucking thousands of years. They take a little bit of truth that people, you know, that people want to believe forever, and they tweak it. You know what I mean? To get control or power. Okay? So, if they were to have been successful in this lie, what do you think would have happened then with the dirt bike thing? Just for instance, hypothetically, you got to think about these things. You got to think about Murphy's Law, you know, because if it can happen, it will happen. Period. So you have to think about these things before you act. If say that I went up and sent a picture of you to Travis Hilliard, or say I took you up so he could identify you, along with his 3 other witnesses that he said he had. He gave himself away on that. But if I would have done that, right, they would have had. What do you think would have happened then? I know what I think would have happened. I'm pretty sure I'm right, too. He'd be in juvie right now. They would get what they needed, whether it's true or not, doesn't matter. They would have what they needed to charge you and convict you, you know, in front of it, even if it was in front of a jury of their peers, you know. It wouldn't be hard to convince 12 people about something. The only reason that I'm claiming it's fuckery is because of the things they've done this same thing to me in the past, tried to. So it don't work on me anymore. The whole, I have video of this and I have video of that. Okay, show me. That's all you gotta do. And when they can't show you, it becomes real simple, real clear. So they tried to pull that on me. That's why I was calling bullshit on this after asking the right questions, not getting answers. So, you realize how close you were, though, to them being able to succeed? They still might be able to succeed, as a matter of fact. You know how many people are in jail right now that are innocent, that are absolutely fucking innocent, that are in jail for life for murder, and they were set up? Imagine that feeling, right? So don't think that you're protected, you're safe. You know, as long as you have nothing to hide and you didn't do anything, you're safe. That ain't the case. That's not the case, people. I'm sorry. If you think that, you're sadly mistaken. It's not the truth that matters to them. It's just what you can prove in court that matters to them. You know, it's what you can convince people of. That's all that matters, because that's where the power lies. The power lies in the ability to convince others of something. Whether it's true or not is irrelevant. It's totally irrelevant. Okay? Unless you push back. And you have to fight back. You can't just lay down and take it. You took it like a man. So, what do you think would happen? They would have charged you. They would have charged me probably with child negligence. The fact that you were able to, if that was true, the fact that you would be out at that hours of the night, and you know what's involved, and on public property, on a business property as well. There would have been how many people involved? There would have been there's another business involved. There's 2 businesses right there, and then also another person, right, who was the owner of the property. Okay, so there's 3 people right there, 3 victims right there. Okay, already, and then and you're a victim too in the end. You know, you'd be a victim of the system. But then I would be too. I am responsible for you. Therefore, it is my responsibility to make sure that you do not put yourself into danger. You know, if you end up in a situation that could be dangerous, then they can get me for child endangerment, like I endangered you because I didn't have any mechanisms set up to prevent that from happening. That's my responsibility. So therefore, I would be guilty of child endangerment. Like when Zemros went fishing and left Evan sleeping on the couch, harmless, right? Told him, if he wakes up, to text him or call him. He was only 3 miles away fishing, night fishing for catfish. Well, Evan decided to get up, go outside, and walk down and sit in front of Warfields for 2 hours at 2 in the morning. Right? That's what he thought was a good idea. Right? Make it no sense at all. But when Ashley Contreras messaged me and asked me to go down there and see if I could, get him, because somebody already got him, took him back to the house. Once he got back in there, then they left, and then he just went back out again and did the same thing. So she was trying to get somebody that he knows, to go down there, and I wasn't quick enough. By the time I went to go down there, the lesbians that were at the apartments supposedly they messaged me asking me to come down too or whatever. And then when I started messaging them, they didn't respond. I knew right then. Shit, they're not responding. I bet you they already called the cops. I get down there and the state cops are there, and Jason's already there, and he's arguing with the state police, right? He's sitting there arguing with them at 4 a.m, arguing with the state police while his kid is over here like getting all distraught and stressed out and like crying like the cops are gonna take his dad away and shit, right? And he's arguing, and none of it's good, none of it. The cop was right. Jason was sitting there arguing, saying, how is it my fault? It's not my fault. It's not my fault. The fucking kid just fucking comes down in the middle of the night and says, what am I supposed to do? It's not my fault. And the cop's like, yes, it is your fault. You're responsible. And whenever he just didn't get through his thick skull, the cop made it a point. He made it personal for the kid's sake. He's like, no, you know what? He's like, I'm going to make sure, you will get these child endangerment charges and you will be convicted, absolutely, without a doubt. You know what I mean? And I agreed, like I seen it plain as day. For some reason, couldn't convince Jason of the truth. That you're responsible. When you're an adult, you're responsible. Delilah's about to be that real soon. Okay? If you do these things as an adolescent, as a juvenile, right? They have something in place to take care of people like that. It's just like jail. Only it's underage kids. Just like jail. You literally go there and with a bunch of badass kids that are dickheads. A bunch of kids that are bad and dickheads, right? And I've heard lots of stories about juvie and everything, and there's no good stories. None. No good stories come out of that. There's very few people that ever end up even being successful in life after going to juvie. Look it up. You don't hear too many stories of somebody saying, I was in juvie when I was a kid and everything. Look at me now. Successful entrepreneur, family man. Like, no, it usually doesn't happen. It usually is just the start of a repeating cycle. The same thing over and over and over again. You would just keep breaking the law, keep fucking up, keep doing this and keep doing that. You become a part of the fucking machine. The prison industrial complex, okay? Where you are one of their cogs in the wheel. They like when you break the law because they don't have to go find a new criminal. They already got one. They just keep letting you back out. They'll break the law again, don't worry. They put you on a real short leash. And then they make sure, certain things are influenced, right, in favor of these people breaking the law. They help them along, It's like they put stuff in front of them for them to steal, and you know what I mean? It's really sick, but it's all for money. So you got to be aware of this shit, Everybody makes mistakes. That's one thing. But I'm telling you right now, if you have any fucking hope to do anything in your life whatsoever, to be anything in the eyes of other people, even if you want to be admired, you want to be respected, if you want to do anything that's worth a damn, if you want to help anybody, anything like that, then it starts right now. Right at this age is the most crucial time for you right now. Whatever you're doing right now is you can look at the statistics, right? Kids get set in this path right here, right? Like you're going to fall into whatever path that you're going to go on right now. You're literally digging your rut right now to get into whatever path you're going to be on the rest of your life. So they've proven this time and time again. Whatever your values are and whatever type of person you are and everything, when you set your path, when you're 13 years old, 13 to 15, ends up, it's like almost like you can't break it. You can't deprogram somebody once they're programmed at that point. It's like it's good luck, good fucking luck. You're hardwired to be the way you're being. Okay, I don't know where it came from or why it happened, why it started happening. Like there was the line and everything. Like about 3 years ago. Remember, I used to try to blame Weiland for you being influenced by Weiland, but it's not anybody else's fault. I can't say for sure if Weiland was a little liar like that either. I mean, I know times he would lie about shit too, but that's not his fault that you act like that. It's my fault that you act like that. It's my fault that I didn't get ahead of it. And believe me, I'm going to do everything in my fucking power to make sure that to break you of this. I wish that we were allowed to use certain tools. Like my dad used to use a belt on us, but I need like a whip and a like a leash, like a dog leash, and a bullwhip, right, and a megaphone, and then a couple storms. We could break you that real quick. We'll make a fucking training video out of it too. Train your kids like they did, like they trained us in the military. You know how they trained us in the military? By basically breaking us down till we were like nothing, right? They break you down, and they talk down to you. They call you fucking names, maggot, and everything else, right? And then they fucking make you work in the rain, in the mud, and they make you. So they break you down mentally and physically, right? And once they do that, then they can build you back up the way they want. That's how they program you, okay? And it's fucking super, super effective. Everybody should have to go to the military for 2 years when they turn 18. I think they should. If they want to be a proud American and understand what it means to serve your country, and and what it is that we fight for, the freedom. You take it for granted until you don't have it anymore. But once we don't want to lose that, I'm telling you, there's a lot of very, very smart people had to die, and then some, in order for us to have the freedoms we have today. Okay, so there's just some real simple principles, some really, really simple ideas and principles to follow and live by, and you should want to be like that anyway. You're not going to get any satisfaction. You're not going to get nothing good coming out of lying, stealing, violence. None of that. You get nothing good out of any of it. Maybe if you get a slight, just a brief rush, whatever. That's all it is. Just like drugs, you get that instant rush or whatever. But all that's doing is taking the serotonin that you have built up. It's taking the endorphins and just using them all up right away, right? And then you're empty. And that's where depression comes from. Like bipolar, you use all that shit up, right? And then your brain just thinks, oh, I'm worthless. My life sucks. I hate everything and want to die and shit. That's where depression comes from. These people that, whatever it is that causes it, it's a chemical imbalance in your brain, and that's what leads to these, to these thoughts and shit. So you just have to balance, buddy. You just have to don't do bad, wrong shit. You know right from wrong. I know you do. Or you wouldn't have left me a note today. Right? So I hate coming down on you whenever you're making progress. I don't like lecturing you. You don't like it either. I know you don't. But it's my fault that you're doing the way you are now because I'm a pushover. I would just think, okay, yeah, he learned his lesson. Because you can convince me of that. You have a way of looking at me with like a fucking that dumbfounded look on your face that makes me think, okay, he's had enough. He's learned his lesson, and I take it easy on you. Not only do I let it go, but then I almost like reward you for it. You know what I mean? And that's my fault that you're lying and shit right now. So help me help you, buddy. Okay? If you feel the need to lie about something, it's good that, you had a reason why you lied. Because if you didn't have a reason, then it's pathological lying. And that's just fucking, well, that's mindfuck there. That's like Ashley Contreras lying, right? That's what she would do. Tell people she was 16 when she graduated. And I'd do the math problem for her. And I'd say, no, listen, I said, this is what it is. Simple math. So, again, how old were you when you graduated? 16. So I was like, fucking blew my mind. And I literally said, do you want me to write it down for you? I will write it down for you. And I did. I wrote it down for her on a piece of paper and showed her. Then I asked her again. So, how old were you when you graduated? And you know what she said? 16. That's at that point. I was like, I can't help you. There's no way. Like, there's no way we could ever have a relationship at all if you can't even be truthful to yourself. You just lie to yourself, How How are you supposed to be honest with somebody else if you can't even be honest with yourself? You know what I mean? And I can tell, based on your messages that I read today, that you don't think too highly of yourself. Why is that?
Huh?
Do you know why? I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Do you know why do you put yourself down? And you don't think too highly? Because other people don't think highly of you?
What do you mean?
Like, maybe you don't. You agree with people that say, oh, people don't like you very much and this and that. And you're like, yeah, I know. Like, yeah, okay, I get it, you don't care. But as long as, like, you know your worth, right?
Yeah.
You're probably worth, like, 10 of most of those people. I know it. Because you're just a copy of me. And I know my worth. And I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not a fucking narcissist. I don't fucking care. I don't go around bloating and bragging and saying I'm better than people. But I am. I won't tell people that because that's not going to build them up. That's not going to help them at all by me telling them I'm better than them. I am the number one targeted individual. I'm the best targeted individual. You people come to my channel. You're paid perps. You're paid agents. I did a pretty good impression earlier of that dude. You watched the video, right? Mike Saha, the number one targeted individual, talking about the synchronicities. And yeah, so I talk about the synchronicities, and then you come into my chat, and I never get a real targeted individual into my chat. And you come to my chat, and you start talking about the synchronicities. Because I talk about the synchronicities. And this is all just the tactics. Just the tactics that they use. That they use. And the psychological tactics that they use. But you won't convince me. I already figured you out. With the first sentence. That you're a paid agent. You're not the real targeted individual. I bet you I go to your channel and you have all the crazy talk. And you talk about the this and the crazy talk. And then you might talk about the synchronicities, but you do it in a crazy talk. I do this to entertain myself. I think it's fucking hilarious. But my point is, help me out, Arch Girl. What was my point? Kruger and Chief Handler write the same way. Wait, okay, I'm not reading these. What does he say? Night fishing's fun, yeah. It's all your fault, motherfucker, because you weren't standing over his shoulder 24/7. Nah. Well, that's what I said. I'm going to have to hold his hand. The other day I told him, I said, we're just going to hold hands everywhere we go. No matter what, I have to hold your hand. Okay? And we're going to go into public, and we're going to, I'm going to hold your hand to the store, and I'm going to take you to school, and I'm going to hold your hand up to the school. And then before I let go of your hand, I'm going to make sure somebody else got you. I'm saying, can you hold his hand, please? Because he might be tall, but he's like a baby. Yeah, he doesn't understand. He doesn't know right from wrong. You have to hold his hand. That's what I'm gonna do. See this right now. There's people gonna make fun of you now, probably, because of this video. I'm doing a live stream right now. They're probably gonna make fun of you because I'm sitting here fucking bitching at you. I mean, if you lie to somebody, anybody else, you know what I mean? The truth always comes out. You know what I mean? So whatever you might have told other people, thinking that they would never find out because I don't talk to them, well, guess what? You didn't figure on this thing. You know? And the number of people in town that watch this without ever saying a word, I've seen enough fucking evidence to convince me, absolutely convince me that half of my subscribers are from Patton. I only have like fucking 2 or 3 people that subscribe to my channel from Patton that I know of. But a whole bunch of other people that have watched my videos, they've admitted, oh yeah, I've seen your videos and this and that and everything else. So, and I got a whole bunch of fucking sock account subscribers. So, okay, so let's see what else he said here. Let me see. And I need to know what that phone is, Ben. Did you give it to Ricky or was that a lie?
No, Ricky has it.
Why, Ricky? Why would you let Ricky borrow your sister's phone that she borrowed off somebody else?
That was the last.
You weren't trying to sell it.
No,
Yes, you were.
I was.
Yeah, so don't lie to me. I don't ask questions I don't already know the answers to. So does Ricky have it?
Yes.
Why would Ricky have it? Did you sell it to him?
No.
Why would he need to borrow a phone from you?
I had him hold it.
You had him hold it. Dude, you're such a bad liar.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm getting it to school tomorrow.
Why did he need to borrow it then today?
He didn't borrow it.
He held it so that you could sell it tomorrow.
No. He held it so I didn't get caught with it.
Well, what were you gonna do with it? You couldn't keep it because you get caught with it.
I was gonna use it.
You were gonna sell it. I'm not a fucking idiot, dude. Don't insult my intelligence. You're not selling the dirt bike either. That's mine because you sold the PlayStation and my fucking flat screen TV. The dirt bike's mine. You understand? Because it was a fucking $500 worth of shit for that dirt bike, and you're trying to fucking sell it for $60. Did you get off the short bus somewhere? And are you my kid?
I got off the bus.
You got off the bus.
I got the third bus.
Did you get off? No. Did you get on and off the short bus? You know what the short bus is?
No.
It's the bus for slow kids, for the special kids. They ride the short bus, because you're not you're so intelligent. Your only problem is you think that you're smarter than other people or something. You think that you're like, and you think that people believe you. Like if you can, like, you cannot. Sorry, you cannot get over on anybody older than you. It's just like it's like a universal law. It's like a parent law, right? The kids cannot get over on their parents. It doesn't happen. The universe doesn't let it happen. So let's see what the chat says here. Archie doesn't like sister-in-law. She says, "Fuck you, Kim. Fishing is fun." Let's see. I don't blame my mom for the times I went to juvie. When I was a kid, I made the choice to fuck up, not her. So Scott, I didn't know that. Scott, you went to juvie? You want to tell Ben how fun it is, See, chief handler is Justin Kruger. Okay, I didn't know that. I don't know who Justin Kruger is either. It's like just in case. Dun-dun-dun. Really, how did you find that out, Rodney? Rodney, what? Oh, Rodney Franklin McGee. Hey, I've been watching your videos about the iPet goat and shit, Rodney. And I wanted to talk to you because there's some really... dude, there's some crazy things that happen in my life with the dates, the times, the names. Like, just there's some things, I don't even want to say any of them out loud, that are eerily fucking similar, and like that have... I don't know anything about the Jewish gematria or anything like that. All I know is, hey, Ben, don't you leave yet. I'm not done talking to you. All I know is that you can get on there and you can translate different words into the numbers. And what I have looked at with the gematria is there's something more. I need to learn about it because I have some role to play in this whole thing. I don't know what it is. Let's see, because he video chat someone I know, and it was the Kruger guy that is a stalker on here. Okay. Synchronicities. It's the synchronicities. That's funny. Synchronicities. Plus, Kruger and Chief Handler write the same way. I'm making fun of you, John, because you have to let him grow up for himself. You can only, let's see, you can only tell what's right. The conversation was because he took the iPhone, but at this point, B and I are rolling our eyes. Archie's rolling her eyes with you, Ben. He has to see it on his own. Yikes. Had him hold it. Yeah. Justin Kruger is a hockey player too. Okay. Justin is from South Carolina. No juvie, wasn't fun, and neither is the shit it does to your life in the long run. See? What did I say? You have to grow up and get your respect back, and it doesn't just get handed to you. I didn't go to juvie, but I was grounded for an entire year. Whoops. Yeah, an entire year. That's a long time. This kid can't even go like a day. He starts telling me, I haven't hung out with my friends in so long. We haven't hung out for like forever. I was like, yeah, like the day before yesterday? So, but thanks for backing me up, guys. I know I rant and I lecture, and this is what I do to him because I get so fucking mad. And I don't know how to get through to him. I'm not going to use violence, you know what I mean? That ain't going to fucking do anything at this point. The fucking kid will probably beat me up. What do you do? 13, they know everything when they're 13. My daughter did too. She believe me, she knew everything. And I just took her phone, and it worked. I took her phone, and I didn't let her have that attitude with me. She got mad, pouted, stomped her feet, probably 2 or 3 days, and then she came back with so much respect. She has a respect for me from that point on that you can never, you can never lose it. That type of respect. Let's see. My parents gave 0 fucks a whole year. I'm sorry, Archie, that sucks. My mom broke a broom. Hey, I got a broomstick broken over my back. Let's see, my mom broke a broomstick on my brother's ass, and it didn't do any good. He was back fucking up the next day. Yeah, it's like something that, with life. There's certain things you have to learn. Things have to happen for a reason. They have to happen, and they will happen. That's why certain things just don't even go in there and stay, because something's gonna happen. Something has to happen to him for him to see it and for him to realize something bad has to happen. And unfortunately, I've been trying to save you from that, Ben. I tell you all the time. Like, everything that bad has happened in my life, I can look back at every fucking thing, every one of them, and I can be a little mad about it, but I can easily see how it helped me, how it was every single bad thing ever happened to me was a gift. Every one of them was a blessing. It made me who I am today, and I wouldn't take a single fucking thing back, not a single thing. Starting to to toss the idea around about certain regrets with you, but I just go back to, I just don't. It hasn't happened yet. Whatever has to happen hasn't happened yet. Well, I'm just hoping it fucking does soon, before you give Grandma a heart attack. 2001, October 11th, when I was 15. Rodney Franklin McGee. Are you serious, Rodney Franklin McGee? You went to juvie in 2001, but October 11th, that day. That's that. I remember I was telling you about the dates and shit, and it's just crazy, these dates. Even whenever you put in my name and my ex-wife's name into the calculator, the Jewish gematria thing, we end up with the same fucking number. What does that mean? Hey, Virginia. Well, let me join the West to Juvenile Hall Club. I was there for a long time, but I was kind of a blessings. I knew I didn't want to go to jail. Okay. So I claimed the weed. Scott says he spent 90 days in city jail for weed that was John Paul Cameron's. Seriously, John Paul? Because if he got busted, his dad would literally kill him. John Paul? I've never met another John Paul. I'm John Paul. So he claimed the weed and it wasn't mine. So that's what my son just did this. The other day with all this fucking dirt bike shit, right? He goes to school on Monday, and then, or Tuesday, I get notified that my son vandalized the bathroom on Friday, the weekend before the weekend, and then that day, Tuesday, he broke another kid's screen on his Chromebook. And he wasn't going to get in trouble or nothing. He just had to pay for it, right? Pay it back. Well, he ended up getting in-school suspension. Mm-hmm. He had in-school suspension, and he has to pay $80 for this Chromebook screen. But the truth is, I don't know exactly if the truth is this or not. He tells me, though, and this was backed up by his buddies, too, that he actually took the fall for another kid because the other kid broke his screen, and he would get in trouble. Like, what kind of trouble would he get in?
He would get expelled.
He'd get expelled? Who told you that?
He did, because he's already gotten in a bunch of trouble this year. He was trouble last year.
He's that much trouble that he would be expelled if he broke property that can break. It could be an accident, and he
He broke like 3 other kids' Chromebooks.
Oh, other kids' Chromebooks?
Yeah.
So why did he break his own?
Huh?
How did he break his own?
He didn't break his own.
I thought you just said he broke it and you were taking the fall for him.
He broke a different kid's screen.
Oh, so it wasn't his screen.
No.
Whose screen was it?
It was some kid named Braden Lamont's.
Lamont?
Yeah.
Lamont, really?
He was adopted.
He was adopted. What's that have to do with anything? How did the screen get broke? How did the screen get broke?
He had a pencil in his hand. He was typing in a code for a game, and he fell forward, and the pencil went into the screen.
He fell forward in the pencil. Dude, why do you lie? You guys hear this? He fell forward and the pencil fell into the screen and broke the screen. That's...
He fell forward out of his chair, and the pencil went into the screen.
So it was an accident.
Yeah.
So there was an accident. Yeah, you get in-school suspension and have to pay for the
I know
screen.
he didn't believe me either. He didn't believe that it was an accident either.
Well, maybe they didn't believe you because you fucking lied. Either way, whether you're taking the fall for the kid or not, it's all a lie, and either way, it's not good. You're not supposed to lie, period. That kid, you see, you might be fucking with the universe here, Ben. That kid, maybe that had to happen, and he had to get in trouble for that screen for a reason. Do you understand? Maybe that happened for me. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just giving you ideas. Like I said, it's your story. You tell it. I'm just doing the foreshadowing for you, buddy. Okay? You know what foreshadowing is, right? Mm-hmm. He knows all about foreshadowing. These kids do. That's one thing they do know about the whole movies and Marvel movies and everything. They know the concepts of the foreshadowing and... right? And the structure of basically a story structure. So that's one good thing. So yeah, I'm talking to my son. So Virginia, John's dad literally beat the hell out of his brother Jim Bob for getting caught underage drinking. What? Oh, John, the other John Paul. Okay. Let's see. Rodney Franklin McGee says, I think what done it with me was I stayed out almost the whole year. And the day I did go back, I was in the bathroom smoking grass. The janitor turned me in. He was a mean son of a bitch. Yeah, I mean, it don't matter what you do. The truth always comes out. You can't do anything and to get away with it, really. If you do, then it's only because you're going to get in trouble for something more later on. It's a build-up. You know, it's because you had to get away with these other little things so that you would do the bigger thing. That way, whenever you get in trouble for the bigger thing, you really actually learn the lesson. You have to be able to learn the lesson. That's the point. That's the whole reason we're here. It's a fucking big fucking lesson, big test. So, yeah, Scott. So, John Paul's dad was a mean son of a bitch, huh? What a mean son of a bitch. My dad wasn't mean. He just he didn't fuck around. If we did something that he had a certain point. If you broke past that certain point, it was, oh, you do motherfucking dirt. You know, Dick Peters this and grab the crash bar. He had a crash bar in the truck. So when we fucked up, grab the crash bar. It's the guy grabbed the crash bar. He fucking beat our ass with a furring stick or whatever, So Ben, your punishment right now is sitting here listening to me rant whenever you could be comfortably sleeping, like you should be. And Delilah's pissed. That's another thing. You went into her room. After and you were told countless times to stay out of her fucking room. Right? So, you violate everybody. And for what? That's what I don't get. For what? Help me understand it. It's not for fucking money for a quad. Is it for money to buy weed?
No.
Huh?
No.
Well, what the fuck do you want the money for so bad?
I don't want...
Yeah, you did. You're trying to sell your dirt bike for $60. Is it for weed?
Yes.
Okay, well, you know what you do? You get a book and you learn how to grow it. There's your solution. You don't have to keep stealing people's shit and selling it. Because that's not going to fly. I'm telling you right now. That's done. Next fucking thing, even if it's not true, if I fucking hear you taking anything ever, period, again, I'm calling the cops myself. Do you understand me? Mm-hmm. I'm not even fucking around, Ben. I will. Because I'm not gonna fucking let you take a bunch of people, drag a bunch of people down because you can't make a right decision. You know what I mean? And that's what I'll need to do to keep you safe. It'll be in your best interest, right? To let them handle it. Like I said, you don't want them involved. But if there's no other choice, I wish your fucking mother would get a hold of me or something and help me out here. Back me up or not, whatever. Just another fucking parent would be helpful. Nah, shit, John. John, slow him how to grow some pot. I'm not gonna show him. I'll make him read. He can learn it himself. You know, I don't know how to grow it, so I'd have to watch some YouTube videos, or you know, it's not something that anybody can teach you. You have to. That's something that's a craft. That's a trade, right? That takes a lot more knowledge than just what you can get out of a book or a video. There's a lot to it, and there's different variables, just like anything. So different people have different techniques that work well in different areas, and you know. So I know some people that could teach them, but that's not. I'm not gonna do that, and they wouldn't do it either, because that'd be a bad influence. Did you ever watch the movie Blow?
No.
Really? You need to watch that movie. He was an entrepreneur, right? But he went from entrepreneur, he liked money. And it was Johnny Depp plays in it. But he ended up being like the biggest supplier of cocaine to the United States. I'm pretty sure it was to the United States, is that right? In like the 80s, he brought more cocaine into the United States than any other person in the 80s or something. And it's some crazy stories. It's based on true events, the movie Blow. So you gotta check it out. You gotta watch it. He started out with weed though, right? Started out with weed. They liked smoking weed, you know, and then they liked it a lot. And then they would like start selling bags of weed. You know, they realized they could get it cheaper if they got more, right? And then the light bulbs go off in the head, and they realize that there's a huge void where they were at, and a huge opportunity in the market to make a bunch of money. You know, there was a product that there was a huge demand for, and there was a big fucking, there was no overhead, and there was a big fucking a high turnover. You know what I mean? High turnover. You could put so much in, invest so much, and get that, and then 100% profit on your investment. You know, you could double your money in that short a time period. Like flip it that quick. That's what is really enticing about, you know, that's why people sell drugs. But you know, the legal drug dealers, they're the most successful corporations and businesses in the world, the pharmaceutical companies and the doctors. Do you realize what they do is drug dealing? They're just so good at it that they literally bought law. You know, they bought the legal justice system in certain ways so that they could just do it legally. Simple as that. They have more deaths on their hands than any fucking drug dealer, all the drug dealers in the world combined. And they knew it. They knew it. Damn well knew it. With the opiates. And now the next thing they're doing it now with, you got the benzos and shit. That just makes it easier for them to program you and fucking feed you with whatever however many pills they can fit in two hands. You know, they'll prescribe you with that many. Tell you need to take them 3 times a day. You know, you gotta take a blood pressure medicine. And then you gotta take another blood pressure medicine on top of that. Because that makes a lot of sense, right? Because the first one doesn't work, I guess. So you gotta take another kind because the first one doesn't work as much. How about let's throw a bunch of more shit at the problem and see what fucking sticks to the wall. And then we'll go with that. By the time they're done, you can't see the wall anymore. There's just a big pile of fucking shit. Right? And then you got a big shitty problem then. The solution is to eliminate the problem, okay? So, your motivation is money, right? Well, the money is for something else. So, if you can circumvent the whole fucking thing, right? What would solve that problem? If you had all the money in the world, right? Then you wouldn't have that problem, right? Okay? So, if you can eliminate money from the problem, well, what if you could just make whatever you're trying to get with money free? Right? See how I'm thinking? You see the outside the box thinking? Think like that. And if you put half of the effort into that kind of thinking that you do in excuses and lying, like I can tell you really put a lot of effort into your excuses and your lies. If you use half of that effort and put that towards thinking about, other solutions, buddy, you're going to do great. You're going to do just fine. You're going to be super, super successful. Okay? And you'll have everything you ever wanted and be happy and, all of it, the whole 9 yards, without having to sell your soul to the devil. Okay? Did any of that sink in?
Yeah.
Did the synchronicities sink in with you? Because I'm the number one targeted individual. All these people in the chat are just paid agents. They're just paid agents in the chat. They come here. They think they're going to make me, change my psychological. No. I already figured you out. Figured you all out. So what do we got? George Jacob Jung just Googles it. I wish I had it. I'm sorry, Virginia. I'll be your daddy. That didn't sound good. Scott said, yeah, but you could make money doing it. George Jacob Jung. I just Googles it. Oh, George. Is he talking about George? Yeah, George from the movie Blow. See, there's a lot of stock in telling the truth even when it hurts. Fucking right there is. Especially when it hurts. Actually, the truth is much more effective and, when it hurts. Because it triggers more than just, what makes you happy and everything else. It triggers what makes you mad, what makes you sad. It gives all the motivations. I mean, you can put all them together. You'd be fucking unstoppable, dude. Seriously, nobody will ever be able to stop you from what you want. If you want it enough, you can do anything you want. He wants to be a pilot. I said, well, sorry, pilots, there's a zero tolerance there. If you want to be a pilot, you can't smoke, you can't drink, you can't, well, no, I can't say that. They all drink, but you certainly can't do any drugs. Right, Virginia? She'll tell you. Listen, this is rare. You have a group of people here, right, who are probably have more intelligence combined than I'm gonna go out on a limb and say than anybody, all this town combined of fucking Patton. And it's real simple though, right? You just keep it simple. It ain't super complex. There's not much to it. You just don't do what I tell you to do, but remember what I tell you. Okay? Just use your brain. Right? Mm-hmm. So I got your messenger account off of Grandma's phone. Mm-hmm. And I read all your messages. Okay? Mm-hmm. So I never did that before. I always told him, I think he suspected that I read his messages anyway, but I never did. Only whatever I was right in front of my face and I couldn't try to give him his privacy. But sorry. You shot that privilege in the foot too. So alright. I love you, buddy. Go to sleep, alright? Privacy. I never did that before. I always told him, I think he suspected that I read his messages anyway, but I never did. Only whatever. Okay? So I never did that before. I always told him, I think he suspected that I read his messages anyway, but I never did. Only whatever I was right in front of my face and I couldn't try to give him his privacy. But only whatever I was just it's real simple though, right? You just keep I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that anybody, all this town combined of fucking Patton. And it's real simple though, right? You just keep it simple. It ain't super complex. There's not much to it. You just don't do what I tell you to do, but remember what I tell you. Okay? Just use your brain. Right? Mm-hmm. So I got your messenger account off of Grandma's phone. And I read all your messages. Okay? So I never did that before. I always told him. I think he suspected that I read his messages anyway, but I never did. Only whatever I was right in front of my face and I couldn't. Try to give him his privacy. But sorry, you shot that privilege in the foot too. So all right, I love you, buddy. Go to sleep, all right? Huh? You better kiss your sister's ass tomorrow too. Huh? Seriously, you're lucky she didn't fucking clobber you, dude. Your son sneezed a couple times. Tell him I said good bless him. Did he sneeze? I didn't hear him sneeze. I don't think he sneezed, Virginia. You've been smoking that fucking devil's lettuce, Virginia? Huh?